All right, so we want to talk about technical analysis now, and this is TradingView platform using the web. If you're using PC, all you have to go to is just type www.tradingview.com inside this box and search, and it's going to bring you to the website where you get to see all of this, which I will be explaining soon. Right now, what I'm trying to say is that you can also get all of this on an exchange, e.g. Binance or whatever exchange you're using. You can get it, but it's not as comprehensive as it's not going to be as comprehensive as this TradingView. Now, that's by the way, what is technical analysis? Let's get into the main thing. Now, I have a little definition that I copied. Right. So, in my opinion, this is how I would define technical analysis. Technical analysis with shorthand TE is a type of analysis that aims to predict future market behavior based on previous price, action, and volume data. Remember, this is just an introduction. TE is not what you can finish in one day. It's not what you can finish even in 1 week if you are a complete newbie. But this is an introduction. If you want to go deep into it, you can always subscribe to our advanced classes. So we'll be piecing it down for you and let you know how you can actually make a fortune from this. But for now, I will just stick to the introductory part, and I will make sure I am as simple as possible so that you can all enjoy it. All right, now TA is a type of analysis that aims to predict future market behavior based on price action, and volume data. Now, this is very, very easy. It does not apply to just the crypto market, as I said, even as basic as farming. If you are a farmer and you deal with farm produce, or you deal with farm produce, either you're a farmer or you're an agricultural investor, you buy farm produce when they are cheap and you sell them when they go up, right? Now, if you are going into that business afresh, you will need data of previous prices so that you'll be able to know when you're supposed to buy, what time you're supposed to buy, and when you're supposed to sell, right? That's basically what TA is. It lets you know the exact time and the exact price you should sell at. If you as an agricultural investor or foodstuff investor, let me put it that way, you buy grains in the beginning of the season when they are just coming out fresh from the market, and you store them in your store, and you don't know where to sell it, that's a big problem for you, because if the time you're supposed to sell it should pass, then you are going to be at the losing end, right? So that's how TE is also. Now, we always have a chart for TE. We have a chart, something like this, a chart where we plot price against time. And that's exactly what we have on this page that you're looking at. Let me show you. Now, this asset you are seeing here is BNB, as you can see. So this is the price action of BNB, the way it's going down and going up, right? Now, anytime you see a red bar like this, you see that you are seeing string of red and green bar. Anytime you see a red bar, it means it's going down. Anytime you see a green bar, it means it's going up. We call those bars candlestick. We'll be going deep into what candlestick is, what each shape of it signifies in our advanced class. This is an introductory class, and I will also make sure you get value from it, despite it is introductory. All right, now this is where I'm going to. Now, if you look at it, see that sometimes it goes down, sometimes it moves up, sometimes it moves down, and that's how it has been doing, and that's just been going down straight. This is just to tell you that for the past couple of days or hours, this has been going down. This particular BNB has been going down in price. Are you following? It has been going down in price. Now, we do some mathematical and technical analysis on this movement of the price to predict where price will go in the future, right? We do some analysis on this action to see where price will go in the future. Now, anytime you see a chart like this, what you should bear at the back of your mind is that there should be something like this, 2 lines, just like our basic physics practical report that we used to do on graph, right? This is basically a graph where we have the time, the price here, and this is what you are seeing here. That's the price that you are seeing at this axis. So this is just the prices: 2240, 2230, 2220. It depends on how it's been graduated. You understand? So and below here we have the time. Below here, which is this, which is what we have under here, is what is the time axis. Is the time axis. Now, what does this help you to do? Now, this helps you to get the price of BNB at any point in time. Are you guys following me? It helps you to get the price of BNB at any price in time. For example, if I should just bring this arrow, this cross line you are seeing, if I bring it to this exact point, for example, you see that it changed from ordinary arrow like this to a finger. So that finger is telling me the price of BNB at that point. Now, if you trace that arrow downward, there's no how I don't want to move the mouse. Now, if you trace that arrow where there is finger, right? My cursor, if you trace it down, you see 30 June 2022, 7:30. So it is telling you that as at 30th of June 2022, exactly 7:30 in the morning, it used 24 hours time. It doesn't use 12 hours, it uses 24 hours. So if you see 7:30, that's morning. If it is evening, you will not see 7:30, you see 19:30, that's 7:30 p.m., right? So that means 30th of June 2022, exactly at 7:30, price of BNB was, now you trace it to the left like this, right? I believe you guys are seeing me. You trace it to the left of that cross line, of that cross, then you trace it to the left, and you'll be saying 216.37, right? So it is telling you that as at 30th of June 2022, 7:30 exactly, the price of BNB was $216.37. That's the exact thing it's showing you. Very, very precise. Very precise. And you can check it for any time. If there is, let's say there's argument between you and someone, and they are asking you that price of BNB as at one so particular year that you don't understand, you can come to the chart and you will see the price as much as provided by the data, the platform that is offering that one. For example, this is the price of BNB as at February 2020, 10 February 2020. The price was $23. Can you see it? $23.53. If I want to see more, I can. This is future contracts. I can go to ordinary BNB USD. That is not future contracts. I will see more data from that. Right? See, I have more data, so I can get the price of Bitcoin, of BNB, as at 2017 when it was founded, and the price was $1.2. What the fuck? That means BNB was once to $1.2. Jesus Christ. Now look at it. If you are to look at the price from there, $1.2 as at 6th of November 2017. Now trace it to today. The price at some point was 676. Just imagine what you bought with $1, and at some point it's worth 650 something dollars. That means $1 is around, let's say, 600. $1.2 will be around 800 naira, and it rose up to almost $680. $680 is over 500k. No, it's not 500k. $1,000 is 650k. That's over 300, almost $400,000 naira. From what you bought at 800 naira to almost 400,000 naira. This is huge. This is so huge. Though we have a huge fallback that we are still battling with right now, but even with this fall down, if you are bought at $1.2 and now it's 217. That's still huge because something you bought at 800 naira is now almost 100k, over 100k, 120,000 naira thereabout. So this is the use of technical analysis. You can see the price movement at each point. Now, how do we use this to predict? We use it to predict by forming a pattern. Are you guys following me? Please, I want to be sure you guys are following me. Just say something in the chat box as I proceed. All right, no. So now we form a chart pattern, price movement pattern that always repeats itself. That always repeats itself. And once we find that, we use it as a strategy that we'll be using for trading. I'm going to give you an example. Going back to a foodstuff investor, somebody who buy foodstuff while it is cheap and sell it while it is low. Sorry, while it is high, while it is expensive. You buy it low, sell it high. That's what you want to do as a trader. No trader wants to buy something at 10 naira, sell it at 8 naira. If you do that, you are going to run out of business because with time, your money will go to zero and you will not have any money again to run your business. Right? So now TA can help you to develop a pattern. If you apply TA into your business as a farm produce investor. All right. Last year, the highest point price got to, for example, price of corn, bag of corn, or bag of melon, the highest point bag of melon got to last year was, let's say, 140,000 last year. And that 140,000 was achieved in the month of, let's say, month of February or month of March. That's when the price got to 140,000. Now, 2 years ago, also the price also got to 140,000, maybe 142 this time, or 143 this time. By that month of February. 3 years ago, the same thing. 4 years ago, the same thing. You already have a pattern. You as a farmer now, you know that if everything being equal, once price of melon gets to 140k and you're already in February, you know that you have to sell. If you don't sell at that point, you are going to lose money because from that point, it starts to go down. Are you getting it? And if after you have sold out, new produce begin to come out, you have to go and buy. You need to be strategic about the time you'll be buying because if you buy at the wrong time, you still not make money. So you need to know the price, it was the list price that it was sold for 2 years ago, last 3 years, before you can what? You can buy. You want to buy at the lowest price. If you don't buy it at lowest price, it will start going up on you and you will not buy it as cheap as you're supposed to buy. Maybe immediately they are harvesting melon. One bag used to be 120k. And if you don't know, it's 120k, you believe that maybe when there's more farm produce, when more people are harvesting, the price will go more down. And you refuse to buy at 120. And that is the lowest. You cannot go below that. But because you don't know, you are waiting for it to go to 18,000 and buy, so that you can buy it at 110,000, so that you can buy it cheaper. And it's keep going up on you. You'll be forced to buy it higher or you miss out that year. And you know this kind of business is the business you do once in a year. If you miss out that year, that's all. You have to wait till around that year. You might even spend your capital before the next year comes. So that is what we do in TA. We want to get patterns. We want to look for stuff that reoccur, that we can actually use to build our own trading strategy. That is what we call technical analysis. Now we have some techniques that we use to make the work easy for us. I can't go into all of them right now, but I can go into few. Number one is there's something we call support and resistance in trading, right? There's something we call candlestick in trading. Now, these candles you are seeing, these bars you are seeing, red and green bars, they are what we call candlestick. And if you can look at it, some of them have a full huge candle. Let me zoom it out very well. You see that some of them have full huge candle, while some of them have small candle. Some of them have long line above, long line below. Some of them have tiny lines above, no line at all below. As you can see it, some of them have no body at all. They are just like cross. Some of them are long line up, low line down. They have different shapes. Now we use all these shapes to predict the price of the market. Yes, we use them. If you know each of these shape you are seeing, they have name. Right? Yes, right? You can combine two of them together to form a pattern. You can only use one to form a pattern. You can combine three together to form a pattern. So these things are they are not difficult to know. Once you start interacting with them, day in, day out, sorry, excuse me. Once you start interacting with them, day in, day out, you get to know more about them. You get, now I can tell you the names of every candle here, the ones that have name, without looking into any book. I didn't cram them. No, I know them because I've gotten used to them. That's how it is. With time, you get used to it. So don't be scared about so many things that you have to cram. No, you don't have to cram. Each candle have information is giving. Okay, for example, now let me give you an example. This long, huge candle you are seeing here is showing you that within this time that this candle was formed, there were a lot of selling activities. More people are selling because when people sell an asset, the price begins to go down. When people are buying the asset, the price begins to go up. Just simple law of supply and demand. When there is a lot of supply in the market, that means there are a lot of people that want to sell, right? That's what supply is. When a lot of people want to sell, maybe using farm as an example again, so many people want to sell their rice, their water, their melon, they brought it to the market. It will bring a lot of supplies into the market because so many people want to sell. A lot of sellers are in the market. And when sellers are much, automatically buyers will be reduced. Let me explain it. If there are 100 people wanting to buy melon in the market, 100 people want to buy one bag each. So that means we have 100 bags. We have demand for 100 bags in the market. Now, if somebody now brought in, you guys can hear in my system, it keeps complaining of stable network. Now, there are 100 bags. People want to buy only 100 bags of melon. Now, me as a farmer, I now open my store and I brought 10,000 bags for sale. It's only 100 that people want to buy. So immediately I'm able to sell off the 100. I still have 9,900 bags there. So I've sought all the demand. Now there's a lot of supply. For me to get it to sell, if I don't want to take it home, I will be forced to reduce the price, right? If I don't reduce the price, nobody will buy because they don't need it. They already bought what they need. If I want them to buy more now, one of the way I can convince them is by telling them that I can reduce the price. Is that correct? So when there is a lot of selling activity inside in the market, you see the price of that asset begin to go down because more people want to sell, less people want to buy. But if it is other way around, there are a lot of buying activities. People only want to buy. Everybody wants to buy. Like petrol, when there is petrol scarcity, everybody wants to buy petrol. They need petrol for their daily activities. They can't do without it. And petrol is not available at filling stations. But you have like 1,000 liters of petrol in your house. Your house is going to get filled in 5 seconds. Everybody will come to your house to buy. So you can toil with the price. Since you have only 1,000 liters of fuel in your tank, and there are about people wanted to buy more than 1 million liters altogether, you raise the price up. This is your time to shine. That is how it is. When there is buying activities, price go up. When there is selling activities, price goes down. Now, back to this candle I'm explaining. Look at this candle now. You see that this is complete red, showing that within this time that this candlestick was formed, it was only selling activities. Everybody wants to sell. That is why you see it going down. Immediately, some people want to buy, you see green. Now, this is telling me that there is strong selling within this time. Now, this candle was formed. If you trace this arrow down, you see under, you see 29th of June 2022, exactly 4 o'clock. So from here, I can see that more people are selling at that point. Now, there's a meaning to that. This means that I'm expecting more sale until this thing reduces. As you see that this was strong, then it reduced a bit, another strong one, it reduced a bit, So I'll be expecting a green candle anytime soon, because it can't just be selling and selling and selling and selling and selling. Yes, there will be buys in it, right? When I begin to see green, I know the market is going up. When I begin to see red, I know the market is going down. Now we use these things to form patterns. We use them to form patterns that we use in our trading. I can't go through the patterns, they are much. This is just introductory parts. So with this now, advantage of this compared to doing a research, you can do a research about BNB and know that BNB is a very good coin and it has prospects of going to $1,000 in the future. But your question is, where will you buy from? Okay, you can buy it now at 240 and it doesn't go up in the next couple of months. It can keep going down for a lot of months. Yes, you know it's going to go up, but buy it and you tie your money down. Can you tie your money down for a year, for 2 years? Now, taking a analysis allow you to escape this. You will know the exact point at the market where you should buy from. Now, back to what I call support and resistance. Now, if you see price of an asset going up, now you get to a particular point, it can no longer go up again. Let's take it from this point. It was going up from here. Then it gets to this point, it can no longer go up, right? Now, this is a form of resistance because it was going up, something resisted it here that pushed it back down. So this point, there is a resistance here. But we cannot trade with this only one line, but you can take cognizant of it, right? Let me go to a bigger time frame so that we'll enjoy this thing better. Now, time frame, let me explain. Time frame is just the time in which each candle is formed. If I'm on daily time frame, that means each candle will be formed in 1 day. If I'm on 4 hours time frame, that means each candle will form in 4 hours. That's what it is. All right, let's just stay here. Now, all right. Now, look at price. Price was actually going up at this point now. It was going up, then it gets to this particular area, it's what? It retraced, went down. Now, this point where it could no longer go up is what I can call a resistance. There's a kind of resistance here. That means it was going up, then some people started selling from this point. That's why the price started going down, right? Then the price came back and get to that exact point again. As you can see, you see that I have this line drawn at this point to show that price was moving up. Then it got to this point, it could no longer move up, then it reversed, right? Also, it went back to that place again. It still could not go move past that place. It still came down. So let's say this is chart of bag of melon now, and it moved up to this level, which is $452, $452.3. It could not move up again. It came down. Again, it started going up. It got to that exact price again. It did as if you want to move past it. It still came down. If price comes to the third time, common sense will tell me that there's higher probability of it now coming down again because it has been struggling to go past this price. So that point that is struggling to go past is what we call resistance. And each time price hits that resistance point, you expect it to keep going down. You see, it is the first time, go down. It is the second time, go down. It is the third time, go down. This one, I did as if it's going to break it. It still couldn't break it. It still went down. Let's see price come back to it again. I'm sure price come back to it some point in the future. That exact point. Okay, price has not come back to it ever since. But price will still come back to it in the future. So if price come back to that line again in the future, you may be expecting, though this has been a very long time, you may not expect it again. But RDB is something that is not that close. You'll be expecting price to come back to it again. Then it's going to go down. That's what we mean by pattern. Then we have, on the other hand, we have support. On the other hand, we have what? We have support. Now, support means the price was going down. Then it came to a particular point. It could not go down again. Like something is falling. Like if I should carry this phone now and drop it, right? Now, it was going down, but something stopped it from going down. That means that is support it from further going down. so that it will not go and eat the ground and scatter. Understand? So that point when it couldn't go down again is what we call what? A support level. So you can just put a line on it like this and watch what happens when price come to it again in the future. So that price come to it the second time here and he could not break it. He still respect it. But unfortunately, coming back to the third time, he went straight through it. But technically, this is the pattern. When price come at that kind of line places, you are expecting it to what? To reverse or break. Those are the two expecting. It has narrowed down your expectation to two things, either it breaks or it reverse. Now there are things that you have to, there are ways you choose. You can't just wake up and choose any arbitrary low that you see. No, there are ways you choose it that will be teaching in the advanced class. You choose the right ones. There are ways you choose the right ones, such that when price comes to it, you have about more than 50% assurance that price will bounce. So that is a pattern. Now, we have other form of pattern that time will not permit me to talk about. I'm already out of time. I will be teaching you so that you know the exact point in the market where you are supposed to buy from, the exact point in the market where you're supposed to sell from. If a candlestick should form, you will know what that candlestick means. You'll be able to know the next one to expect. This is where we get all our move. With this TA, you can get in on time. For example, if you have done TA, you know that price is going to reverse from you. You can just buy your stuff from here and maybe sell it above here. This is 41% increase, as you can see, 41% here. So if you bought it $100 here, and you are selling here, you already see sign that it's going to reverse here. You sell it off here and you make profit of $41. If you bought it $1,000 here, it moves up, you make profit of what? $401, $410. That's 41% of $1,000. You cannot, nothing can do this perfect than TA. There's another kind of analysis we call fundamental analysis. That one is based on research, as I've said earlier, but it cannot give you the exact pivot point, the exact prices where you should buy and sell from. Now, apart from this, there's another way that we do it, use technical analysis by using what we call technical indicators. Now, technical indicators are just like instruments we use to predict price. They were formed based on mathematical calculations. This is where you see them. We have a lot of them. Let me give you an example. We have, for example, RSI. There's something we call RSI, Relative Strength Index. If you have this RSI on your chart, now look at it down here. There are a lot of information you can get from here. Now focus on this purple line. You see that anytime this purple line is up here, is above this dotted, you see two dotted lines here. There's one dotted line right up here, another dotted line below here. Now, when this purple line is going above the dotted line, you see that price will be getting ready to go down. You see, from here, it was above what? It was above this dotted line, and price just fell in first, did as if it was going to go up. But because this is already above, you know it that price is not going to go up again. This movement up is just a deviation, and you see it fell down and started going down massively from there, right? And at the same time, if you see the purple line below here, as you can see, when you see the purple line below this dotted line, it is signaling for you that price is about to start going up. You see, price was going down before, but immediately this was below that dotted line, started going up. That's another way we use technical analysis, using technical indicator. We have other technical indicators that time will not permit me to talk about. So this is the beauty of trading, technical analysis. There are other forms of technical analysis that we'll be talking about in the advanced class. Very, very, very important. It allows you to know the exact point which you go into the market and the exact point which you exit out of the market for your maximum profiting. All right, this will be the end of the class. So sorry, I won't take questions today, but if you have a question, kindly drop them on the group chat where I will be addressing them. Time will not permit me to address them here now. All right, that will be all for now. See you on Monday. We'll be doing a part 2 of this technical analysis. where I'll be going deep